Hey guys, I posted some photos on the Facebook page a while back, but I thought I'll share a video with my current progress of my Powerwall. Seems there's quite a few people posting videos now, so I thought, you know what, let me try it as well. So pretty much this is it. It's a whole mess over here, as you can see, but it is work in progress. I'll pull this out. Hopefully the lighting is good. But there's a couple of my bricks in there. The 7S20p actually. And I've got 5 of those running at 24 volts. And the other 3 are just over here. Each one has its own BMS. Positive and negative. And I'll have them sitting inside that little toolbox. Originally, I did think of having them inside that rack in there, but being inside the garage, I thought maybe not ideal. I want to have this inside the shed, so I thought I'll go with this instead. So here we go. I've basically put up and go behind over here. Build up a frame for it from the back. There's 8 big screws holding it in. Still definitely nowhere near finished, but getting there. Up here, I'll have, sorry, the lighting is pretty bad. Let me spin this around. Alright, so up there, not much better. Anyway, just to get the idea, up there I'll have the controller, the battery isolator, all the other bits and pieces. Maybe I'll take that down or check a photo of it so you can see a rough idea how it's gonna be. In here, these ones here I've got to control the fans that are inside. There we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. There's one fan down the bottom. Another fan on this side as well. Just got the UPS there for counterbalance. Another 120mm fan there, just a normal case fan. And these ones here, and they are the 90mm fans. So, I've got the wood there as well from this side. Screw it into the other one. Got these little cables coming down, so they'll be for the volt meters. So I've got 6 of those. You'll notice I've got the breakers here as well. There's 2 up on the top, 3 down the bottom. I did have drilled that other hole there as well, so in case I do get another brick, I'll be able to have 3 up on the top and 3 down the bottom, so 6 separate units altogether, each one controlled individually with its own breaker. And then of course up the top there we'll have the main battery isolator running in, well, this way actually, for the first row and the second row as well. And that will basically just sit up here and let me manage that. This little unit is fantastic as well. Battery go. Great to measure the voltage of each of the parallel cells. You can see that I've actually built along the BMS, which the wires go from the BMS into each of the parallel cells there. I've done additional wires, these ones here, which then, I know it's a bit of a mess, it's a bit of spaghetti, but my goal was to get the actual, oh maybe that's where you can help me out as well. I wanted to wrap these, but I don't know which one to get, what to get, where to get it from. So if you have any ideas where I can get those special wrap jiggies that you heat and they shrink down and seal it all nicely, that'll be great. It's quite large. Was it 20 centimeters by 35, I think it was from memory, but yeah, and of course, yeah, 7 centimeters across. That would be great. I tried the tape, the special tape that you get for I forget what it's called now, but yeah, it doesn't really kind of work. It keeps peeling, and yeah, it kind of failed on me, so I kind of gave that a skip. But anyway, if I was to plug this in, and I'll put you down for a second just so I can plug this in, give you a rough idea. There we go. Alright, there we are. So 28.78 volts. So they're all pretty much balanced, not bad at all. I can always use this battery go as well to fix up the balancing if need be. That's why I have these little connectors here. And these cells are quite good. They've been sitting like this for, I don't know, maybe about a year now, 12 months or thereabouts. And they definitely kept their voltage, so they kept their charge, sorry. So they seem to be pretty good. I managed to score them. Brand new. They have been a couple of years old when I started pulling them apart, but never been used really. They've just been sitting in the storage, and yeah, never actually been inside a laptop. So once I pulled them all out, I charged them all up, tested, got their milliamps, so I'll see how many volts they are and all that, and yeah, use the what's it called, I'll just move this over here so you can see. Fantastic charge controller. I've used it before for testing, and I love it. So yeah, it's a little bit older now, but yeah, it does the job great. Alright, solar panels. I'll show you my solar panels just outside here. There's my tomato plants I want to plant at some stage today, hopefully, if I get a chance. I'll just spin it around, open up the roller door. Alright, here we go. Solar panels. I've got 6 of these. Just down here at the moment. Thank you, Uncle Mark, for sourcing them out. And they will do the job just right. So I'll run them in series of 2, and then parallel, all 6 together. Ideally, I want to put them up on the top of the shed there. Alright, there we go. There's more better light, you can see inside. So we got 100 amp breakers or fuses there as well. One for the top row, one for the bottom row as well. And they all will have these XT90 connectors. So these little ones here, they're the XT60s, just for the voltmeters, which will be up the top there. These are the cables for the fans, so each one runs from the top into the fan, and that one there as well. It's only small fans, only 0.4 of an amp that it uses, so they're quite good for this circumstance, for this application. Cables that I used, these ones here, they're the 8 gauge, and these thick ones going from the fuses, they are the 6 gauge, but I run them in dual, in double, so they should give me plenty of coverage. Definitely more than the 100 amp fuse. I got those from JCar if you want to have a look. They're quite good. Nice and sturdy, or not sturdy, but nice and flexible as well. And that will go from on the back here into the isolator. Okay, just to show you some of the goodies that will be used. So we got the circuit breaker. I've got that online of eBay. Where is it? Here. NOAC 63 amp. So that will be coming from the controller, charge controller. And what have we got? This one here. It's a 32 amp isolator, DC isolator. So they'll be going into the charge controller from the solar panels. We've got little fuse box that I can use for either the fans or maybe other bits and pieces. So just inside this little box that I've made, inside we'll have fuses there. These will be for the voltmeters, which will be sitting up the top here, just like this one here. I have 5 of them pretty much lined up, one for each pack. Do want to put a little switch at the front that I can turn it on, turn it off. I mean, it's not draining all that much current at all. I measured it was 0.02 of an amp, so there's not much at all. So I can have them running full time, but yeah, I prefer not to. I just turn it on when I want to see the voltage of it, and then yeah, I'll turn it back off. But anyway, so these are the fuses for it, for each of the meters. There are 6 of them there. Well, giving me the option to upgrade to the 6th one as well. They are 20 amp fuses in at the moment, but I did buy these. What are these of eBay? They are 1 amp, so there should be plenty for all of these voltmeters. Going across, so that's our negative bus bar. Pretty much that will cover for all the negative going in there. This little cable I've got running down inside here. There it is there. You can see that. So I've actually ordered some LED lights which I want to put down inside this compartment. And yeah, one strip up the top, another strip down the bottom, so I'll be able to flick a switch and see inside. Now that switch will be on the left hand side here, which is this one here. That's the front panel with hinges that I've put to be sitting on the bottom, so it'll just open up downwards. And that's the controller that I've got off eBay as well, giving me 2 USB ports, both of them 2.1 amps, and a 12 volt socket as well. It'll give me the voltage meter there as well, and then all these switches. So there's 5 of them, but first 4 will be controlling the fans. One will control 1 in and 1 out. Second will control the second row, and that will control that 12 centimeter fan. And then this one here, I'm gonna have some fans up the top underneath the charge controller. So 2 fans as well, 90 mil, and then I'll be able to turn on those fans too if need be, but I think they will give it plenty of cooling as well. It'll just spread the heat, so should be quite alright. I don't know, I haven't decided on that as yet. I'll see how I go. And then finally, the last one will be the LED lights down the bottom inside the cabinet to light it all up. Now this will be all running on 12 volts. I do have a step down converter here. So that's going from 24 to 12, 30 amp max, which is a bit of an overkill, but hey, wasn't all that much more dearer than what was it, 15 amps, so might as well get that. So that will be sitting up the top here, and then underneath that will be that fuse box, which will be running on 12 volt, and going from the circuit, the switch, sorry, the isolator, I'll have this little 20 amp circuit breaker. Hopefully it'll do the job, and that will basically be going into that step down converter, which I can then, I suppose, even disable or turn off, switch off if I don't want to use it, but I don't see why would I do that. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Oh, how can I forget? Just move these out of the way. And this baby I got on special of eBay. I'll give you the details down the bottom in the description. Link to where I got it from. That's the cable for it, which I ran from underneath through the conduit around the back. There we are, so all those cables there running through there. These ones here will be rather for the fans, and then yeah, of course I'll need to run 3 more of these conduits, 2 for the positives, both of these are the positive, and 1 for the negative as well, which will go inside here. Okay, so these were quite easy to crimp as well. I managed to get one of those hand crimpers. Here we go. These ones here, they seem to do the job. Not that great, I mean, yeah. It's, I suppose, maybe a user error. I don't know, I'm still learning how to use them. But we'll be getting there. So far so good. There we go, so that's pretty much just a quick description of my current project. Hopefully it'll be finished soon. I'll keep you posted, and definitely once it's all done, I'll be able to, yeah, hopefully record it, post it up then there so you can see it in action for the first time. And yes, I did forget to tell you what it's going to be powering, what it's going to be used for. Basically, this fridge in the garage that I do have, and I've got another one down the bottom, so that's the freezer. Squeeze in there, and which way? This way. There we go. So that's the 2 main units that I want to power with all these packs. Hopefully it'll be enough. I'm sure it'll be plenty. And then from there I can work to maybe even get the lights in the shed working off this as well. And tools, I don't know, we'll see how we go. The UPS actually. Let me flick the camera over. Okay, that's better. Alright, so the UPS that I'll be using is basically an APC 1500, the smart UPS. And I'm hoping that that will work just fine. It's a 24 volt UPS. Had the acid batteries in there before, which I got rid of already. So just a matter of opening it up, and there we go. Using that Anderson plug connector to run off the whole pack. Alright, and yeah, these are the wires that I've created that will go from the batteries into the battery meter with XT60 connector. These are all the XT90, so there'll be the positive, and then there'll be the negative there, and they'll be sitting on the inside pretty much, going to a bus bar, this one here, which will be sitting in there, and just above that will be the shunt from that Victron battery meter, and that's where that cable is as well. And I'll just get the light to light it up a little bit so we can see what's going on. There it is. There we go. I've got this beauty for my other camera. Thought might as well use it. It's 3 AA batteries. Somehow I'm going to try to convert it to use with my 18650s. But anyway, for now, oh, look at that. It's even got the brightness adjustment. So pretty cool. Anyway, so here we go this way, much better. So that bus bar will be sitting up along there. Those 2 screws and one at the bottom, and then yes, the shunt will be just above that. There's the cable for it, and there's the rest of it all coiled up, cable tied. And that's those cables going out from the back. Alright, thank you all. Well, that pretty much covers it all for now, I hope. If you have any questions, post them down the bottom, I'll get back to you. and hit the like button and subscribe for regular updates. Thank you.